Right, today we're talking about the new Cobra King F8 drivers. Two headline technologies to talk about. The first is a brand new CNC milled titanium face. What that does is allow to create consistent thicknesses across the face. It's going to give you more ball speed and also better, more consistent bulge and roll properties for more accurate drives, hopefully. Second thing to talk about, along with the adjustable weighting and adjustable hosel, is the 360 aero. So Cobra have used polymer trips here on the top and the bottom to increase club head speed and hopefully more distance. We've used something called a Nardo grey here, so it's quite a trendy hot colour in the automotive industry. Apparently they've used it on this driver. As you can see on top, it is a very busy looking club down by the ball. You've got this carbon fibre effect at the back of the head with some of that grey in as well. Around the perimeter you've got all these polymer trips, aero trips on the top near the leading edge. There's a lot going on there. It probably takes a bit of getting used to. Quite easy to align the face. I don't mind. I like the contrast between the grey and the black. And the face itself is strange. You can feel that milling there on the face, and Cobra say that's actually going to help potentially reduce speed if you tend to hit up on the ball. That milling should actually grip the ball a little bit and give you slightly lower spin. You've got two different types of adjustability on these heads depending on what you're looking for. Obviously the King F8 has slightly higher lofts, and it also has adjustability in the back and the heel section. So you've got 12 gram and a 2 gram weight there. Obviously the back setting is going to give you more launch of forgiveness, whereas this one's going to give you more draw bias if you place more weight there, compared to the King F8 Plus, which has front and back adjustability, 2 gram and 12 gram weight, but you can put that right in the front there to reduce launch and reduce spin as well, especially for faster club head speeds. You're going to want to keep the ball flight down a little bit and get a little bit more run that way. Tested both the models. Performance was really impressive actually. First thing that you notice is that the really stable, solid feel feels really powerful. I really enjoyed it. Definitely the best Cobra driver I've tested, perhaps up there with the LTD driver, which is a very good driver for faster swingers. When you hit the LTD driver out the middle, that was fantastic, but this is definitely up there and definitely a lot more forgiving than the LTD model. Got really good performance out of both of them, but slightly more out of the King F8 Plus model. Got it in an extra stiff shaft, lofted it down to 9 degrees with that front weight, heavy weight in the front section. Got an average carry of 282 yards, which is absolutely fantastic. Probably the longest average carry distance I've got from a driver potentially ever. I'll have to check the numbers, but definitely right up there. It did go a touch high. Cobra have always made high launching drivers, and this kind of follows that trend, not quite to a strong degree as previous models, but definitely the ball flight was a little bit high, perhaps worry about it in the wind slightly. But and while the distance was impressive, the forgiveness as well, that feel is an absolutely fantastic solid feel from the sweet spot, and we didn't quite catch as well. I didn't really feel like you were losing all that much. You look at the dispersion and the distances, this driver is an excellent performer, very stable, very solid. The King F8 driver for me is more of a game improver driver. It's a higher launching driver. The spin levels are actually quite similar between the two, but there's no question that the King F8 gets the ball up in the air a lot easier. Admittedly, I was testing it with a stock stiff shaft. Check out another video that I've done comparing the King F8 to the King F7 in a standard stiff shaft, see what extra performance we've got out of that. But yeah, this obviously has more scope to give you a little bit more draw bias. Some very good shaft offerings actually, some pretty nice premium offerings here from Aldilla included within the range. Can't necessarily tell you if the 360 aero technology helped increase club head speed, but what I can tell you is that the distance I got for both of these drivers was right up there with the very best. Okay, so my verdict would be that these drivers are definitely, you must test these in 2017 and beyond, especially with the retail price at $329. The King F8 with those adjustability settings in the heel section and the higher launch nature of the head is going to be geared more towards game improvers. It's a bit more confidence inspiring down the ball. It's going to launch the ball higher with a touch more spin. Whereas the King F8 Plus, as long as you get the right shaft, is going to give better players the ball flight they're looking for. Lower spin with the adjustable, the front weight adjustability there. You can get that 12 gram weight right in the front. Reduce spin, but you're not losing out on launch angle. I noticed the ball flight was a nice high launch, low spin combination. That gave me excellent distance, but the forgiveness is something that's really impressive. Cobra have really stepped it up with this driver. You probably expect to see an increase in accuracy over the King F7 model. Excellent forgiveness from that new CNC milled face, and who knows, you might even pick up a few more yards. It's a shame it doesn't quite have the shelf appeal as other drivers they've made down the years. Obviously the F7 came in a few different colours and really popped on the shelf. These is a very dull, subdued, subtle look, but get it in your hands and give it a try. I think you're going to be really blown away by it, quite frankly, especially for a price point of £329. And finally, don't forget you've got the Cobra Connect technology built into the grip here when you buy this driver. It's going to allow you to track your drives through an app and assess your performance and where you need to improve.